And Home Sweet Cave. Oh, look, we've got some mail. I wonder what it is. Oh, yes, it finally arrived. It's my T flip-flop redstone circuit kit that I ordered. I ordered this quite a while ago now, but I'm glad it's finally arrived. I was really excited to put it together. Looks like we've got a decent-sized manual right here. T flip-flop circuit. Some assembly required. May require 5 to 6 hours of assembly. Oh man, this is going to be a bit of a bigger project than I thought it was going to be. Well, I hope I got all the parts for it. I don't want there to be any missing parts, but I am glad they found my address, 73,045 Cave Creek Regional Road 3. It's probably a little bit difficult to find where everyone lives in these Minecraft worlds, but, oh, well, it's nighttime. Well, you know what? I'll assemble it overnight. That's fine. I'll stay up all night to assemble it. Why not? Okay. Well, I stayed up all night trying to get this assembled. Hours and hours of work. It was really quite something. I'm really proud of all the time that I spent on this. I mean, just hours of work, and it functions exactly how I wanted it to. A perfect T flip-flop. No! Oh, no. Oh, no. Hello everyone, my name's Duration, and welcome back to NSSS Series 2. And today we're here in my Gyrations world, of course. And yeah, we're here at our old spawn because actually, on stream, I built up this in-dev house, which is super nice, thanks to a suggestion by Annabelle Hoggs. And yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. It's a nice way to kind of remember the old spawn, you know, the old days of spawning on this island every time I died. And now that it's all lit up, it's a little bit more homely. And I mean, eventually we'll turn this into a nicer island in the future. But, you know, for now, we'll just leave it the way it is. And, yeah, we'll hop on over here to the pit of, you know, mob spawnerness over here. As you can see here, we have done a few more layers again, digging this down, slowly chipping away at this on stream. And as always, you can check out that stream linked in the description or popping up on the screen. But today, we want to do a little bit of exploring the possibilities of working with the pig spawner. Oh no, as you remember in the last episode, we got a pig spawner by breaking a spawner with a golden pickaxe. And these spawners, I think, require a bit of grass around them in order for the pigs to spawn. Like, the pigs won't spawn in this area, I don't think. So we need to do a little bit of messing around to see how these things sort of work and how we can make a decent kind of pig farm. And I think also it would be important to have this in a place where it won't activate unless I want it to, because I don't want there just to be like a ton of items just everywhere all the time. So I don't want this like just sitting in my base. So we'll probably do it somewhere out there, up there somewhere. So yeah, I've come out over here, sort of by Sulphur Strait over there. You can see my my little hideout place over there. There's the Imp Dev house just over here, out in front of the Alpine Cliff Base. I wanted to dig out this area. Oh, my volume is a little bit loud. And that reminds me, this is a different instance of Minecraft. As you see in the top left-hand corner there, you can see that we're playing 1.1.11_10. Now you might be a little bit confused as to why it says 10 there, because the last version was _01, but this is in fact in binary counting now. So 10 is actually binary 2. So this is actually the second patch of the 1.1.11 update, or maybe it's 1.1.3 update. Who knows, right? You know, the 11 could be binary as well. But anyways, I wanted to come out over here and flatten out this area because I think this would be kind of a good spot to try out this pig spawner. Now, we should be able to pop it down here now, and we should see, yep, look at that. it worked already. So we can get pigs, and then we should be able to just kill them and get pork. Now, that one didn't drop anything, but I'm assuming if we wait for another one, it should drop it. This pig is kind of spinning at variable speeds as well. I don't know if that indicates anything. Like, it seems to be going faster. So does that mean it's going to spawn sooner? I don't know. I can't remember what that's all about again. It is spinning super fast. Oh, there. Oh, yeah, and then it slows down. I never noticed that before, but that's actually really cool. So now if we kill this piggy, he doesn't drop anything either. Well, let's just wait and see. We should be able to get one where we can get some ham from him at least. Come on, piggy. Come on. Spawn. You're doing super piggy tornado. There's 2 of them. Come on. There we go. We got one. We got a bit of ham from that one and 2 from that one. So it does work. Now, I sort of had an idea for making a little bit of an automatic system where these guys, I mean, this isn't grass quite yet, so we have to wait for that to grow in, but having like water that would flush them out. So basically, once they spawn in, then we can, you know, control some water with some sponges, and we can kind of wash the pigs into a channel where they will, I guess, meet their doom. But yeah, that's the basic idea of this. I'm gonna try to take a little bit of time to figure out what the best way to set this up might be, and then I'll check back in and let you know how that is going. Alrighty, and after a bit of streaming and kind of, you know, just spending a bit of time on stream, messing around with this, getting this kind of working, I think I've come up with a pretty good design right here. It's kind of nice, you know, it's out in the open, you know, you can see all the pigs, they can't get out. Then if we pull this lever, if I pull this lever, it lets the water down and pushes the pigs into these corners. And then underneath, you can hear the pigs dying already. If we head over to this little area here, you can see that the pigs are funneled into a bit of a lava blade right here, where they are cooked to perfection, I guess. And sometimes they cook, and sometimes they don't. And I think it has to do with the fact whether or not the pig dies when its feet are in the water or not. So that's kind of, you know, it's hit or miss, right? But I've got so much pork chops already that I just haven't been bothering picking it up right now. But I'm actually going to go around kind of this area here outside my base and just light this area up a little bit more. And also fill in some of the creeper holes, because I want this area to be a little bit nicer. I already filled up a creeper hole right here. And speaking of creepers, there is another one right there. I don't want you making any more creeper holes around here. I'm so sick and tired of all these craters all the time. I've been trying to fill them in a little bit now, because they are absolutely everywhere. And all it takes is for a skeleton to hit a creeper, and then the creeper aggroes on the skeleton, and bada bing, bada boom, there you go. You got another creeper crater. And hold still, there you go. Boop. Boop. Have I ever said that I love this feature? I love this feature. Just hitting sheep with a bow, because the wool just pops right off. It's so funny. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind death? But on the topic of the new 1.1.11_10 update, you can tell that creepers are no longer time bombs, which is nice. That was actually finally patched in this update. It was supposedly patched last update, but that wasn't really the case, was it? But yeah, here we are. We're here at the pig spawner here. You can see how this sort of works. The sponge is holding the water up there right now, and then when you pull the lever, then it releases the water down, and then the pigs are pushed into these corners, where they are then, you can see the water here, they're pushed, and they go into the lava blade down here. And yeah, then we can get basically unlimited food, which is a little bit OP, but I've also heard that this is going to be nerfed in the future, so I guess we gotta make use out of this while we can. And then after that, then it's not gonna really be that useful anymore. Also, one cool thing that you can see that's happening now when you run, if I run, you can see my hearts. They're slowly getting darker. And then when I stop running, see, then they're recharging. So you know exactly how much energy you have left. And then if I eat, you can see they're all grayed out, and then they slowly recharge as time goes on. So that's a really neat feature as well, and I'm really happy with kind of the mechanic that is being used for running in NSSS because it feels very balanced in my opinion. But I think the next thing that we should sort out with this pig farm is putting a timer on the other end of it so that we don't have to come up here every time and, you know, flush all the pigs out. I just want it to happen automatically, you know? So I'm going to try to set up a bit of a timer, and I'm going to do it with mine carts, and I'm going to show you how I do that in a second, I guess. We'll quickly run to the base, grab some materials. Now I'm just making a few rails. I'm going to make a mine cart as well because I'm going to need that. I'm just going to store that in there for now. No big deal, I guess. And what else do I need? I need actually 2 mine carts because we need to be able to do a mine cart booster. So we're going to need to have 2 mine carts. And there we go, a wooden pressure plate. And I think we're going to be all sorted. Now we have a bucket of water, which we'll need. And I think that's it. Oh, also signs. I have signs. Okay, we're good. I'm not sure if this timer is going to be too fast or if it's going to be just right. But, you know, it'll be worth a shot. I mean, you can always lengthen the timer, but you just have to kind of redesign it a little bit. But, yeah, I think we could... Oh, I guess we can't put glass there because it's got to be a solid block for redstone, most likely. And we'll run the redstone from the sponge over here. We can get rid of this lever. We don't really need that. And we'll just run some redstone dust from there. And we should be able to control this remotely as well. Let's double check that that actually works. You never know sometimes. It's worth checking things. It looks like the pig is getting a bit stuck in that. Oh, never mind. He's fine. Goodbye. See you later. Go down to the barbecue. The piggy barbecue. Wait, how is there water sources? Hold on. I didn't place water sources here. That is very strange, but I'm just going to take advantage of this. And, you know, just use these buckets to remove the water. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I think because I flicked the lever really quickly that I might have done something. I don't know. That's very strange. Whoa. Yeah, it was definitely because I flicked it too fast. Look at all the water sources I can create. Okay, that's definitely a bit of a bug, I think, because that probably shouldn't be like that. Okay, whoops, I'm gonna have to take a bit of time and remove all those now. Hopefully I can do this quick enough so that I don't actually ruin the grass underneath, because the pig spawner does require grass to spawn pigs, if I remember correctly. It looks like it's still going, so that's good, but let's quickly remove this. I can always use a gold touch pickaxe, actually, to pick up grass blocks if I ever need them. So that is very handy. It's gonna take a long time to get it all figured out, so I'm hoping to do this as quick as possible. Okay, so it's gonna be important that we do this slowly so that we don't cause water sources like that. So we have to do like this, and then like that. So on, off. I think that's gonna kind of work. I don't know if I'm going to be... I don't know if I'm going to be pulsing it too quickly, because I don't know if, like, on, off, I think is about the length of the pulse. But anyways, we'll try building this redstone clock and we'll see how it works, and I might have to do a little bit of tweaking. I might have to make some sort of, like, flip-flop circuit over here so that it has a longer on and off time, you know. Now, in order to make this timer, you need a little bit of water. I'm going to put that behind a sign like this so it kind of flows off in one direction. And then what we want to do is we want to get the rails to kind of go up into the water like that. You can see it pops the rail off right away. And you have to do that actually when you put this one in, otherwise it's going to update. And actually, now that I think about it, you need a rail here too. So give me 1 second while I get this sorted out. You have to go like this. And then you have to place a rail here, here, here. Wait, I think you have to do it kind of fast. Maybe not. Hold on 1 second. Maybe you have to do it without the water here. That might be an easier way of doing it. Let's remove the water up here. I think I've done it before with the water there, but I can't quite remember how I did that. And I don't want to waste a ton of time trying to figure that out, so we're going to do it the longer way, I guess. So if we place that back like this, then we should be able to kind of sort this out. Now, if we pull these rails sort of this way, and then what you want to do is you want to create a loop right here. So basically, we're going to go like this. And it's like the old school Almighty Bob minecart booster. So you can basically just set it up like this and set it up so that it loops around like this. You can just place a block on top and a rail here. And then over here, we're going to just place a block and the rails like this. And then what you can do is you can place a pressure plate right in the middle here and rails on, or minecarts on both rails. So if you place one here and one on the slope one, you should see it should start right away. And now you can see it takes a bit of time for the minecart to come back. And then every time this cycles, it will press down on this pressure plate. So if you wait for this, you should see. And you can hear how long that pressure plate is down for. That's probably about what we want this to be on for, I think. I think that's pretty good. Pretty reasonable. Now you have to make sure that mobs and stuff don't stand on top of this, or you're going to have a world of trouble. And it looks like this is already gotta have a block beside it, so I have to place a redstone dust right like this, because otherwise this minecart can actually get pushed off right by the pressure plate here. So you have to have a block, something like this, so that at least the minecart stays on track, I guess. So if we wait for that minecart to come back, you can see that we're getting a pulse of redstone right here. And then we can use that to power our sponge, hopefully. Now we're just going to need to move the torches around a little bit so that we can have room for the redstone line. And if we go like that, I think we should be all set. Let's wait and see if this is going to be enough. I mean, even just a short pulse is enough to push them in the right direction, right? So if we wait for it... Oh, shoot. It's still too short because it's drying up the water. Yeah, see, just doesn't have enough time. It's drying up. The only other thing I can think of is maybe moving the sponge up a little bit. Just this whole thing up a little bit, and that might actually be enough to make it so that this works. But I don't know, even then, it's such a short pulse. I might have to just put a T flip-flop circuit on this so that it, every time it cycles, it turns it on, turns it off, turns it on, turns it off. And I think that's probably the most efficient way of doing this at this point. Okay, I've come up with a new plan. I've removed the pressure plate from the original location here. Let's actually get this minecart back on again. And maybe let's just stop this from working for now. Basically, I'm thinking if I put the pressure plate here instead, I might be able to use some reverse logic to get this to work. So basically, I'm going to put a redstone torch here to invert the signal so that it's flushing now, hopefully. Wait, is it... Ah, just not enough signal strength to reach. Okay, I can fix that though. And now that's working. And then if we cover this up with blocks, I think we should be good. Let's push this over there. Now, it's no longer flushing the mobs. And then when this minecart leaves... maybe not. When this minecart leaves... this space right here. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Alright, so since this clock right over here is not going to be kind of pulsing long enough to make this farm run properly, we're going to have to use a T flip-flop circuit in order to accomplish this, which basically means every time this minecart passes over the pressure plate, it will either toggle the water on or off. And that's basically how we're going to be controlling this. Now, you would think that T flip-flop circuits are relatively easy to make in Minecraft Alpha, but in fact, it really isn't. There's a lot of complicated redstone that kind of goes into making a T flip-flop, and in fact, this entire flat area over here is going to be dedicated to the circuitry for this. Now, I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to try my best to explain it to you. I'm basically just going to build it in front of you in the game here, and then we're going to jump into Arcade, which is basically a Minecraft torch and dust redstone simulator where we can go tick by tick through the entire process of how a T flip-flop works with torches and dust. So I think we're going to jump right into that. I'll kind of build it in front of you here and you can try to follow along. I'll give a bit of an explanation as to how different parts of the circuit work, and it really kind of centers around the redstone torches and dust right here. Now basically you can make a set reset latch within Minecraft with just this simple circle right here. So you can see when I power this side of the redstone, or actually I have to power it from this side here, you can see it's this bit is kind of set, and then we can send a reset signal over here and now it's off. So basically it's like a lever where you can toggle it on and off, and you can, you know, do that obviously smarter by hooking in signals into these different blocks over here. So that's what this is kind of centered on. And then basically, if you imagine this is kind of the output of this torch, we're going to circle around and kind of input into this again. So this torch is going to reset itself. So if we go like this, and we have a torch just like that, run some dust like this, and then a torch. Essentially, this thing right here is a repeater. 2 redstone torches in a row is essentially a repeater, because you can make redstone repeaters just like this. You can see, sorry, if I put some redstone dust like this, if we put a signal here, or, whoops, it's important to do it from this side so the power goes in. You can see the power is repeated, and then when we remove the redstone torch like this, now it's off again. So see, on, and then off. So this is basically just a spread out repeater right here. So every time this is powered, it's gonna reset automatically, you can see now. Because this signal is gonna power this, which then resets it. And then we're gonna do the same thing on this side, so they're gonna constantly battle with each other, right? Because each side is consistently resetting itself. So if we go like this, then we bring this torch around, we'll do the same thing. So this is, again, 2 torches in a row, makes a repeater. So now you can see this side's resetting, then this side's resetting, then this side's, and it just toggles back and forth. Now I gotta keep my eyes open for creepers here because I don't want anything coming and destroying all this redstone. So this will go forever if you don't do anything about it. So that's why we also are gonna apply a constant signal to both of these blocks right here, which is the second block in the repeater essentially. So this block, the second torch in this redstone repeater right here, is being powered from this line, and we do the same thing on this redstone repeater right here. It's obviously very spread out, but the concept is still there. We're going to apply a signal here as well, and we're going to keep that signal on at all times. So we're going to bring it up here, we're going to keep it on. So you can see now, this is our output right here. In fact, I'm going to just run that into a redstone torch like this. So our output is on right now. And then if we go like this, this is going to be our input right here. I'm going to grab a lever if I happen to have one. I do, look at that. And then this little contraption over here, these kind of things over here, these 2 grass block chunks here, are basically a quick pulse generator. So this is going to turn off and then turn on very quickly. And when I say it turns off very quickly, generates a very quick pulse, I mean 3 redstone ticks. So this will be off for exactly 3 redstone ticks, and then it will turn on again. So this is kind of like a reverse kind of quick pulse generator, whereas it's always on, and then it only goes off for a very short amount of time and then turns on again. So obviously you could invert this if you wanted to, you know, with a inverter, a redstone inverter. So now it would be off, and then you could generate a quick pulse always off, and then it turns on when you kind of generate the pulse. But anyways, that's basically what this is. This torch will turn off, this line will be off for a little bit, then you've got 1, 2, 3 ticks of delay, basically 3 redstone torches, and then this is going to turn back on again, right? So now I think we are just about ready to try this thing out. I think I have all the redstone dust in here. So if we go over here, you can see that the redstone torch is on. And if we generate a pulse, now the redstone torch is off. And you can see that no matter how long this redstone or this lever is pulled, you can see the redstone right off to the far left of my screen. It might be hard to see. Maybe let's move this so that we can get a better view on the redstone dust over there. Let's bring this like right over here so we can see this redstone dust right here, right beside me. You can see it turns off and then turns on right away. So no matter how long this pulse is, this redstone circuit will always work. So this could be a really quick pulse. Well, I mean, within a certain limit, of course. But, yeah, basically, the long pulse from the pressure plate is not going to be a problem because this thing can handle long and short pulses as well. So, yeah, this now is our output over here. And now we can run this over to our sponge. And we can run this input where I had the lever plugged in. I can run this over to this minecart timer thing. So basically, I'm going to hook this up, and then we're going to test this out. Now, if we just run this over like this, I don't really want to get too much in the way, or I guess I could probably run through there. I think that's okay. But I need a repeater probably in this anyway, so I'm gonna use the tree as a block, and there we go. And then we'll invert this signal one more time on this end, I guess. We'll just stick it like that. So basically now, oh shoot, it's on. But we are generating water blocks again, which is a bit of a pain. And I think that's all of them. And now, we've got the input plugged in over here. We've got the output plugged into the to the sponge. And now, if we push this over like that, you can see that it's off. And now it's on. And that's going to push all the pigs over into this killing chamber area, I guess. And then when this minecart goes back and pulses again, we should receive a pulse on here. And now it's off. So yeah, it's working exactly as I intended it to. You can see over here, if we stand here, you can probably see the redstone at work. You can see the off to the far left right over here is our output. You can see it's toggling, and you can see the farm is in fact toggling on and off, which is exactly what I wanted. So that is perfect. Now I'm gonna spend a bit of time probably in between this episode and the next, trying to probably compact this a little bit, because I'm sure there's a way that this can be compacted further. This is just a really spread out version, which makes it very easy to understand the concept behind it, you know, how it works. Alright, and now that we built that in the game, we can open it up in Arcade or Redstone Simulator here to take a closer look at how this actually works. So if we start the simulation right here, and then we toggle this input right here, you can see that it toggles from on to off, just as we expected it to in the game here. So it's on, and now it's off, and now it's on again. So that's basically how this sort of works. You can see how this kind of delay kind of generates a short pulse on this line over here, which unlocks both of these kind of repeaters, which then allows the signal to kind of circulate through. So basically you can sort of see when this goes off, you can tell that this redstone torch would turn on, which then would power or depower this redstone torch here, which would then turn this one on, right? And you can see here, this one's already powered anyways, so this one's going to stay off. So if we were to start this input right here, and I guess we should do this in step-by-step mode, so we'll power our input, and then we'll do one tick. You can see that that first tick turns off this torch right here, which makes this bus go as, you know, depowered, which means the next tick will have this torch turn on, and we'll have this torch turn on over here. So if we hit the next tick, now you can see that that's exactly what happens. That means this redstone torch over here is going to turn off. This one over here is going to turn off. So we can go to the next tick as well. And then now we can see that this one's off over here. This one will turn on, as will this one as well. This one's not going to change state at all because it's still powered from this redstone torch over here. And this bus is going to, you know, turn on again. So you can see here, this is turned on again, which means this redstone torch will turn off. You can see our output is now toggled. So we have, you know, the output. This is going to turn off actually in the next tick. And I think I've just about got every torch that's going to change here. So if we go to the next tick, yeah, this one turns off, which sets this up for next time, right? So now next time when this turns off right here, this one will turn on. And then that means that it will reset this side, and this will turn on over here, which will, you know, make our output go on. And then I guess we still have one more torch, which will change states, or actually no, this one won't, because you can see this is being powered from kind of the output line right here. So this is in fact powered. So this will stay off. So now if we keep ticking, nothing changes. So that's basically how one operation works. And then if we were to, depower this input, then you can see that just that kind of line of torches right here just is kind of cascading. It's resetting, and now it's ready to, create another pulse. So when we provide another input, we can go through the same steps, step by step. Very slowly, you can see how it then toggles so that the output is now on. And then we can depower this, of course, and those line of torches just kind of get themselves all ready for the next pulse again. So yeah, this is a very nice, kind of easy circuit to understand once you deconstruct it and look at all the parts kind of as different pieces put together, right? Like this is our quick pulse generator right here. We've got a set reset latch right over here, which basically means you can power this torch right here, which will turn this off and turn this on. And then you can power this torch over here, which will turn this off and turn this on. So, this can be either in this state on or in this state on. And it just jumps back and forth between these two spots. And then over here, we just have that reset signal that's being fed back from the signal into the torch itself right here. And that's being controlled by this quick pulse generator right over here. If you want to have access to this schematic, I'm going to include this in a link in the description so you can download it if you want. And I'll also provide a link to the download for Redstone Simulator. This is Redstone Simulator version 2.1. So if you want to, check this simulation out on your own computer, you can feel free to do so. But now if we head on down over here, you can see that we've got a one pork chop sitting down here, but I think the rest have probably despawned or just burned like that. You can see there that pork chop actually burned because it was on fire from this lava. So obviously I still have a bit of work to do when it comes to killing these pigs because this is not really efficient at all. And ideally these pigs should be dying and dropping cooked food, which is just not the case right now. Why did that pulse so quickly? And why is there water sources everywhere again? Seriously? Not again. This is so annoying that sponges are like this. I'm gonna have to get in here and clean this up again. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I brought a spare sponge over here just in case. So I should just use that to clean this up every time. In fact, what I could do is I could put some sponges in the floor here and then only use them, if I had to dry up something. Now, I hope that didn't dry up my sources down there. No, it didn't. Okay, that's good. So we're okay. And then now, if we were to just go like this, go around and kind of clean up any of the sources that may or may not have, been in the way here, I think we should be okay now. I think one problem that I also have, which could resolve the whole water source problem, is the fact that I'm running this with a minecart timer. And this can generate some weird pulses sometimes, especially if mobs are running over top of it. So if I enclose this and put this in a safe area, I might be better off. In fact, I might just quickly do that right now as well, because that will probably solve the issue that I'm having anyways. Yep, it's working. Perfect. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna end off today's episode right here. Oh my goodness, are the pigs escaping? Because there is a lot of pigs around here. Either that, or I just happen to have a bunch of pigs spawn in around this area. But that is very strange. I've never seen so many pigs around the area there. But I think we're gonna have to wrap up today's episode right here. It was a blast to mess around with this, but it looks like we still have some things to work out right here. This water in the background here is still forming. I don't know why, and it's very annoying. But we'll figure that out in the future. Oh man, it looks like we're gonna have to quickly hop into first-person mode and fight off this zombie because he is interrupting my intro. How dare you, sir? But if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to leave a like or a comment down below. And if you're interested in seeing more from me, consider subscribing. That way you'll receive notifications when I upload new content. As always, my Discord server is linked down in the video description along with my socials. So feel free to check those out if you so please. But thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.